Welcome, investors. Today we are doing an analysis of Google and more specifically the parent company Alphabet. I think all of us are familiar with Google and the search engine, but what else does Google do? Google's businesses can be divided into three parts: Google Services, Google Cloud, and Other Bets. Google Services are by far the most biggest in terms of revenue, and the second is Cloud. Other bets are small in comparison and not worth of your time. Google services include many familiar services like Search, Android, Chrome, Google Maps, Google Play, YouTube, and their new AI Gemini. Google Search revenues are divided to four segments: Google Search, YouTube, Google Network, and Google Subs platforms and devices. After search, then there is Google Cloud, which is the fastest growing segment and the one that shows the most promise for the future of Google. Although the growth rate for cloud revenues is huge, 28%, the profits are still lacking. But I expect that Google will be focusing on cloud growth more than the profits. Now the margins are around 10%, which is way better than last year's around 2%. Overall, Google's businesses are phenomenal. They are high margin businesses that everybody needs and uses. Can you remember a day you didn't use YouTube, Google Search, Google Maps, or Android? At least I think I have used Google services every day for a few years straight. Risks. There are some risks that I see here. For examples, Microsoft's AI ChatGPT or Bing are threat to Google's main business of search, which accounts for a large part of its revenues. ChatGPT was the first on the market, so it got a head start, and Bing is the default search engine in many office computers. I still think that in the end, Google has or will have a better product on both markets. And all other things being equal, I would usually bet on the better product to win. History. Google's financial history is amazing. I'll just let this picture tell the story. For over 10 years straight, Google has increased its revenue. Some basic EPS misses, but the years of growth is like something from an investor fantasy book. The sales has been growing around 18% for the past 5 years and EPS around 21%. So history doesn't reveal anything that I would be too scared about. Future estimates. Just based on history and Google's quality businesses, I estimate good growth. Analysts estimate huge EPS growth in 2024 and then coming down to lower double-digit growth. They expect their revenue to be growing in the low double digits. Of course, it's impossible for the EPS to grow more than the revenue indefinitely. DCF calculation and the intrinsic value. Google's forward-looking EPS is 7.52. I would speculate that the growth would be quite high for a couple of years and then come down to high single-digit or lower double-digit levels. I always want to make conservative estimates because nobody can know the future and I need my margin of safety. Based on history and future estimates, I would conservatively estimate an average EPS growth of 12% for 7 years and then going down to 5%. My discount rate would be 12%. With these numbers, I can calculate the intrinsic value that would be around $165. And here you can see a picture of other growth rates and other discount rates. I think many of you would say that my estimates for the future are lower than average, but I want to keep my estimates conservative. Based on the DCF analysis, Google is in my buying range. I take into an account the fact that it's a phenomenal business, has really good chance to grow more than my estimates, and on the long time frame, I won't probably lose money on it. Of course, there are some risks to Google's businesses, but I see them as a low threat. Thank you for listening. Hit the sub and please comment below your thoughts on the video or Google. Am I totally wrong about the growth estimates? Am I the wisest man alive or the dumbest? Just comment below. But remember, don't lose money and safe travels.